Hey, what's up, guys? It's Luis with Team Malevolent, and we have another deck profile. Today we have our very own Evan. So this is a first place UDS qualifier. Is that correct?
Yep, yeah, we had it this past Saturday. A bunch of the team went over to Seattle for regionals. I wasn't able to make it, so I stuck around and played a little closer to home. And they had this event going on that day, and that's what I decided to play. So it went pretty well. Honestly, with this deck, it was pretty much smooth sailing. Nothing against the other people, but it was just a pretty easy day overall. I think a big chunk of that is just because most of the better players, in all honesty, were in Seattle. But yeah, it was a pretty good tournament.
So it looks like wins for the team left and right, huh?
That's it. Yeah, it was overall a really good weekend for the team.
All right, so you want to show us the deck and kind of give us an update after the video?
Yeah, for sure. So,
right.
Yeah, if anyone's watched this before, a lot of this is going to look pretty familiar. It's pretty standard. I'm playing Gren Maju Stun, so I'm going to play 3 Inspector Border. Pretty much everyone knows what this does. At this point, you can't really play. 3 Gren Maju. Focal point of the deck, pretty much the win con. 400 attack points times all of your banished cards, not your opponent's. So, I mean, 1 Desires and he's up to 4,000. It gets up there pretty quickly.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then I play 2 Gizmek and 2 Eater of Millions. I only play 2 Gizmeks because I feel like there were a lot of games through testing where I would just either deck out or get really close to decking out, and I didn't really like cutting it that close. I felt 2 was pretty good. And Eater of Millions, I only played 2 because I was playing Extravagance as well. And there were a lot of games where I would have one of these and it was just kind of dead.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I thought 2 was a good number for each. Worked out pretty well. And that's it for the monsters. Pretty small monster count. Onto the spells. I hate doing this, but we do have some proxies because we got rid of them. But I was playing 3 Extravagance. We've got 3 Desires, 3 Duality, and I was playing 2 Super Poly. So all the pot cards, obviously, it's just draw power, being able to search, whatever you wanted. I like being able to get Extravagance off and then Duality the same turn. It was really nice. Or conversely, if they would ash my Extravagance, I could still play Desires. That's one thing a lot of people don't know. So that came in handy. And then Super Poly, I just played the 2. I don't feel like it's as good as it was. I mean, even a few months ago. A lot of times it's just kind of there. But overall, it's still a really solid card, I think, and this really helped out when it came to breaking certain boards and just being able to make sure that I could push for game.
Yeah.
So that's it for the spells. Again, pretty straightforward. For the traps, a lot of just you can't do stuff. 3 Judgment, 3 Strike, 3 Impermanence. These guys, I mean, they're all pretty self-explanatory. Judgment's Judgment, Strike, comes in clutch. I like it because this can come in handy going first or second, at times. And Impermanence, it's just Impermanence. It's really strong, and it has been for a while now. Mm-hmm. And then got 3. There can be only 1. This card was probably the MVP for the day. There were times that I was playing against Salad or other decks that really just rely on spamming like heroes, and just it really shut them down. So yeah, this card I really liked. One of the best cards of the day. Also played 3 Compulse. Pretty self-explanatory. Just disrupts your opponent's plays. I think it's a good card going first or second, and that's one of the things I really like about this is you can use it either way. And then some 1-ofs. Macro, Imperial Order, Soul Drain. This card I love this card. And then 1 Crackdown. I actually would have played more Crackdowns. I just couldn't get a hold of more. But yeah, just some 1-ofs. This auto won me some games. Imperial Order was really strong as well. Some people had brought up that I couldn't play, like Desires or Extravagance afterwards, and you just banish for cost, and playing Gren Maju, that's all you really care about.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So pretty standard 40 card deck. Onto the extra deck. Let's see, we've got some links. We've got Link Karibo, Phoenix, Unicorn, BLS Link, and Zeroboros. Honestly, I didn't really make links very often. I made Phoenix once or twice to pop a back row, and then I ended up making Unicorn right after that to spin something that was problematic. But yeah, this is pretty standard. Link Karibo, I played that because if I thought my opponent could have, there can be only one, I'd bring that out just to banish cards and then make Link Karibo.
Yeah.
And then normal summon Gren Maju, so I wasn't, didn't have to, pretty much give away a monster. And then I played some rank 8s, Sky Prison, Hope Harbinger, and Dingirsu. Same thing as with the links, never really made them. I can't even recall one time that I did. It was just kind of there in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty standard there. And then some Super Poly targets, Mud Dragon, played 2 of the Predaplant guy, 2 of the Salad guy, and 2 Starving Venom. If you've been playing the last few months, you know what these do. They're all pretty standard, just Super Poly targets. But yep, that's it for the extra deck. And for the side deck, the side deck's a little weird. So I played 2 Banisher of the Radiance. This was just for like, if I played against a random deck like Draco or something, if I played against like Pure Striker, because our locals does have quite a bit of those, and so that was one thing I was trying to prepare for. And one thing we've said in pretty much all of our videos is we make our side decks at times to reflect, what our locals is. And yeah, this is, at least for our locals, come in handy a lot. I was playing Lancia. I know 2 is really weird. I was just having some trouble with the ratios, figuring out what to cut. I would definitely suggest playing 3. But yeah, I was playing 2 Lancia, and then I was playing Triple Nibiru. This card, I still think it's pretty solid. I don't think it's, personally, I don't think it's lived up to the hype that everyone is, giving it, but they still think it's really, really solid.
Still good, yeah.
Yeah, and then a lot of 2s, which I don't know if I would have done this again, but 2 Caught by the Grave, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Twin Twisters, and 2 Dark Bribe. It was just kind of the thinking. I wanted to make sure I saw 1, but I didn't really want to see multiples of anything. I really like this card. I mean, anybody sees what I'm playing and they know all the background playing. They're either going to put Twin Twisters or, like evenly most of the time. And so this was just to, protect me from that. But yeah, honestly, it was a pretty solid build overall. I was really happy with it. And yeah, the event went by pretty quickly.
I know that you were talking about putting the deck down to rest. So after this event, ban list coming up in a couple weeks, hopefully.
Yeah.
What's the future looking for?
I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to play. I really want to see the ban list and what it looks like before I determine that. But one thing I do know for sure is I'm putting this deck down. I may have mentioned it in the last profile, but if I didn't, I've mentioned it to a lot of people that go to our locals and a lot of people on the team that I've said it over and over again. I'm done with this deck. I'm not going to play it anymore. And I was planning on playing this for Seattle Regionals just because out of everything that I had in my disposal, I felt this was the best option for me to at least have a chance of topping.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't get to go, but yeah, that was the intent behind this deck. Yeah, I think I'm done with it for sure. I don't know what I'm gonna play. I mean, in the next couple weeks, I'll probably be playing some just random decks while we wait for the ban list.
Yeah.
We don't have any events around here for a few months.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll wait for the ban list, and then once we see that, I'm gonna actually start getting ready for the YCS Vegas.
Cool.
So yeah, we got a few people we're looking at to try to team up with, and just gonna go from there.
All right. Do you have any final shout outs?
Yeah, just everyone from the team. You let me borrow the extravagances. You let me borrow the imperms. Yeah, I think Sam let me borrow the BLS link. Gio let me borrow the Dingirsu. Just the whole team in general. Just shout out to everybody. Shout out to everyone who's been watching our videos, supporting us. I think we've got to say pretty much every time we're getting really close to 500 subs. Just please sub if you haven't. Share it with any of your friends that like deck profiles. Any constructive criticism, please just let us know. If you guys have any decks that you'd like to see profiles on, let us know. We'll see if we can put it together, test it out and give you guys the best possible build that we can come up with.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you for the video. Congratulations on the win. And this is Team Malevolent. We're so close to that 500 sub count. Don't forget, we're doing a giveaway. So please help us, share, like, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.